Press Play Lifestyle Inspired is a podcast that provides inspirational content on topics to help you find the resources, tools, and support that you need to be your best inspired self. I am your hostess with the mostest, Jackie Schwab, helping working parents find and reach some sort of harmony between career and family. Breaking bad habits. The unsexy version. The step-by-step process to breaking bad habits. Unlike the Breaking Bad AMC series, there isn't a lot of sexy in getting rid of a bad habit. In fact, one might say that they created more bad habits in their series than they broke. However, it would be nice to have a step-by-step plan that we could use to begin the process of breaking bad habits, sexy or not. Understanding why it exists. This isn't about understanding why the universe exists or why you exist. It's just about figuring out the positive intention of the bad habit in the first place. Having a clear understanding of what the purpose for the habit is can really help you with breaking it. This isn't as easy as you think, though. Many times the reason we don't have success with breaking a habit is that we don't get to the real reason it's there in the first place. Let's use my previously disgusting and horribly nasty habit of smoking, for example. I started smoking when I was 19. I hated that my mom smoked when I was a kid. I'd even go as far as to throw away her cigarettes, and she did not like that. So why did I start? Well, I started when I was an intern, and my boss kept asking me to come out for a smoke to talk. I didn't smoke. She'd offer me a smoke, and I'd decline. Long story short, I didn't want to keep bumming smokes from her, so I purchased my first pack. I was smoking for the next 10 years. I tried to quit over and over again. I thought the reason I was smoking was because I was stressed or I just wanted a break. Turns out the reason was the same as it was at the start. I wanted the socialization and one-on-one time you get when you go on a smoke break. Once I knew the positive intention of my smoking habit, I was able to really dig in and take the next steps to breaking the habit. Truth be told, I quit more than one time. I have been smoke-free for about 6 years now, and I'm in my 40s, so I get that it's hard, but I didn't know all the things that I know now. So let's get going, right? Get motivated to make a change. So what's your big motivation for making the change, making this habit get broken? I had to first find out why I was smoking in the first place, and then find out why the habit no longer served me. Finally, why did I want to change that habit right now? There were easy answers it's expensive and it smells bad and it pisses off my husband. But what's the really deep reason that now I really wanted to quit? Many of the first attempts were for others. I quit each time I found out I was pregnant. I have 4 kids, and I stayed smoking sober for nearly a year after each of them were born. Yet I started up again after the first three kids, that is. I quit 4 times for my kids. I quit 1 time for my husband. Yet what I needed was the personal why. Why did I want to quit? My why started becoming more clear as I was visiting my ailing and aging mom. She had emphysema, and 3 of my children had asthma. And I started having trouble walking up and down my own stairs, carrying my own kids to bed at night. I saw my mother's suffering, and then my own, because I had to watch. My why? Well, I didn't want to suffer and die like she was. I didn't want my kids to suffer as they watched me die. I quit the last time in 2012, and I'm so lucky that now I'm at the point where every once in a while I might get a craving or have that feeling I used to get, but my why is so strong that it's easy to win that. It's easy to win against the urge. Making a plan. I wish I just woke up and said, dang, this sucks, and I quit. But it wasn't that easy. I had tried that method a few million times, i.e. cold turkey, but it didn't work at all for me. So I made a plan for a gradual and incremental path toward being a non-smoker. If you pick up any pack of nicotine gum, you'll find a good pathway, actually. And that's where I did. And that's where I got mine. There are X number of weeks with gum and X number of milligrams of a specific amount of nicotine, and then step down from there. until there was no more training wheels and no more gum. And then even now I started chewing regular gum and I get the random craving, I use gum again. And the gum is really my anchor to remember all the reasons why I don't smoke. While this is for the habit of smoking, the process of creating a plan for other types of bad habits is pretty similar. You think of what you want to quit, you find your reason why you want to quit, and you write down your reason, and then a step-by-step plan. Then you follow the plan. Finally, you get an accountability partner. In my case, that person was my husband and my children. Next, review your plan and progress. You might have seen hidden in my earlier explanations that I didn't quit exactly according to the original plan. It took me longer. I would follow the gum allowance for the first time that was allocated and then decrease it. If I got to a point where the urge was too great, I reverted back to the prior stage and repeated it until I didn't struggle too much to fail. How does this apply to something other than smoking? Essentially, you should always track your progress and review how you're doing at a regular interval. For me, I reviewed where I was each week and where I was each time I had to pay more money for that gum because it ain't cheap, sweetie. It was a great natural check in terms of timing and money. Pick a time that makes sense for you and the habit that you're trying to break, and then you don't have to think about it, and then review it then. Make adjustments, move forward. Last but not least, get an accountability partner or a professional support or a special friend. It's hard to change. It's harder to change alone. When I finally committed, like for real, to stop my habit, I actually had to stop lying to my husband that I was not smoking anymore. I had to admit to him that I was still smoking and then ask him to be my partner to help me quit every day. And let's not forget it. Quitting a bad habit is every day. You're quitting the habit every day. Even picking him was hard. There was so much disappointment that I had started again. But he was very, very motivated to help me stay smoking sober. You can always seek an accountability partner that's a professional coach as well. I'm a professional accountability partner. In fact, if you're really trying to quit smoking, sounds like I might be your guy. You can find me on coach.me at www.coach.me/pressplay_lifestyle. And if you don't pick me, that's fine. There's hundreds of coaches out there, and they're all amazing at helping you with changing your habits. There's one more thing that I feel is important for me to point out, however. If you are trying to break an addiction to drugs, alcohol, sex, emotional eating, you may need to seek a certified professional therapist versus an accountability partner or coach. There are some things that have chemical, emotional, and physical dependencies that just need more than a positive thinking and habit chaining and habit fixing to help you get over the finish line. And there is no shame in seeking help, guys. In fact, it's super, super, super brave. So please, if you need support for an addiction, seek the appropriate medical support staff. But if you're trying to break some other kind of icky bad habit and you just want an accountability partner, hit me up at coach.me or any of my other fellow coaches, and we'll be happy to help you get there. Thanks. Bye.